Road Trips and Missing Persons by Adriana in the Snow. Chapter 14. You two doing okay back there? Roman asked, glancing into the rearview mirror at them as he exited the interstate onto Highway 236. We are perfectly fine, Janice said evenly. Ow! Ow, ow, ow! You're crushing me! Remus complained. Janice was currently sitting on his chest, pinning him to the back seat. You should probably put your seatbelt on, Roman advised. You're probably right, Janice agreed. No! Get off! Remus said, or I'm going to scream! Oh, because you don't scream randomly when someone isn't sitting on top of you, Janice shot back. Roman officially liked Janice, he'd just decided. Give me that, Janice said, and a moment later Remus's phone was thrown into the passenger seat. Remus whined, and Roman glanced back at them once again, amused. That is when he got sight of a car behind them. He glanced at his speedometer and then back at the car. Roman was currently going a little over 90 miles per hour, having slowed down a bit now that they were off the interstate, yet the car was gaining on them. Hey, Roman said. What? And that's when a bullet came through the back window right past Janice's head. Holy fuck! Roman screamed, swerving a bit before getting the car back under control. Remus grabbed Janice by the front of his shirt and pulled him down as more bullets rained on them, courtesy of the car Roman had spotted. The glass from his car's back window shattered over the two of them. Roman pressed his foot down harder on the accelerator and started purposefully swerving to throw off their shots as Remus shoved Janice down onto the floor so he could lunge into the front seat. He grabbed the gun Roman stored in his glove box and loaded it with practiced ease. My bag, Janice requested, and Remus threw the asked-for object over his shoulder before rolling down the window. Methinks Mommy Dearest's people may have found us, Remus commented. What was your first clue? Janice asked, digging through his bag, assumedly for his own gun. Remus stuck his gun out the window and popped off a shot at the car behind him. You weren't kidding about your mom trying to kill you, huh? Roman asked. I betrayed her, Janice said blankly. It isn't a surprise. Shitty mom, Roman commented. Janice didn't say anything, just finished loading his own gun and moved to roll down a different window. He shot off 3 shots in quick succession as Remus reloaded his own weapon before ducking down again as more bullets fired towards them. Gee, Roman thought about Dad sending agents after him with a shoot first, ask questions later order. It was unfathomable to him. Dad's policy was to attempt to not kill whenever possible, even if someone was an enemy, let alone Roman. Yet Janice was not even close to surprised that his own mother's men were clearly shooting to kill. There was no question as to what their orders were. They weren't aiming for the wheels or trying to cut them off. They were gunning straight for the people in the car, particularly Roman at the moment because he was driving. Roman scrunched down in his seat as much as possible. He glanced back at the car and saw that it had moved to the other lane. Oh, no, you don't, Roman grumbled as Janice and Remus continued to fire. He jerked the steering wheel to cut them off from trying to get alongside them and pushed down even harder on the accelerator. Janice finished emptying his clip and went to reload. There are grenades in my bag, Remus told him. Why do you have grenades in your bag? Roman asked. For when I'm on a high-speed chase with people shooting at me, he yelled back. Janice found the grenades in the bag. One of these days you're going to pull a grenade out of your ass and I'm not going to be surprised, he said to Remus. Ha! That's not a bad idea, Remus said cheerfully. If you even try it, I will tell Dad on you so fast, Roman told him. He again spun the steering wheel to cut off the car behind them. You're no fun, Ro, Remus claimed, crouching down again to reload once more. And I'll tell Uncle Patton, Roman threatened. He had to speed up even more to cut them off as the car behind them tried to pass them in the left lane again. No! It'll be like the wasabi lecture of '07, Remus bemoaned. Can the two of you give it a rest for 5 seconds? Janice asked. Nope, Remus answered as he went back to shooting. Might want to get those grenades going, Jan. Yeah, I got it, Janice replied. He pulled the pin on one and went to toss it. Unfortunately, just as he was throwing it, a car popped up over a hill Roman hadn't seen coming directly towards them. Roman yelped and turned the wheel so fast that his arms crossed over each other. Janice made a startled noise as he was thrown half out the window, and Remus squeaked as he ended up flat on his back against the center console. A rogue bullet from Remus's gun hit the top of Roman's car as the grenade got thrown far off course into a ditch. Janice cursed loudly, shoving himself back into the car on his back. The car behind them also managed to make it into the right lane before it careened into the car Roman had just avoided. He saw the brake lights of the vehicle he'd passed turn on as Remus groaned and shoved himself back up, grabbing the gun from where he'd dropped it. Roman figured he was okay when he went straight back to shooting out the window. "You okay, Jan?" Roman asked when the man stayed laying on the back seat. "May have broken a rib on that one," he said. Yet, after a moment, he still managed to struggle back into his sitting position once more. Well, Roman had to give him props for that one, but they'd be checking him out the next moment they weren't being chased by people shooting. Roman glanced back in the rearview mirror at the said car, and had the car Roman had almost hit turned around and also joined the chase? Fantastic. Roman sped up once again as Janice grabbed Remus's bag. Another bullet shot through the shattered back window straight past Roman's head and embedded itself in the windshield. Roman flinched and was almost distracted enough that he didn't notice the yellow sign warning of a curve ahead and a suggested speed limit of 35 miles per hour. "Uh-oh," Roman said. "Stop shooting and brace yourselves." He saw both Remus and Janice scramble to obey and slammed on the brakes. The steering wheel wobbled, but Roman was able to just barely keep enough control to not spin out. He tried to turn the wheel, but when he saw the curve, he knew immediately that he was not going to be able to pull that one off. He winced and continued to try and slow them down. They smacked into a delineator marking the curve, likely tearing it out of the ground, and rolled a bit down the hill toward some sort of pond or maybe a lake. They stopped right before they hit the water, and Roman had a split second to be relieved before his torso was thrown forward as the car that had been chasing them crashed into them and sent them straight into the body of water in front of them.